Hi and welcome to another Techaway challenge. Now today we've got something slightly different because we've got a guest presenter. Now our guest presenter today is Mr. Van Der Gucht, who works at Baildon Church of England Primary School. So without further ado, let's hand over to him.
Hello, my name is Tom Van Der Gucht and I am a Year 6 teacher at Baildon Church School. I'm going to spend some time today trying to demonstrate how you can use some very simple art apps such as the classic Microsoft Paint or the online similar version which is called Paintz app, trying to demonstrate how you can create a specific style called pop art. Now I am not an artist, although I do like to have a bit of a try at things, and by playing around using this app you can create your own works in this style too. The pop artists were famous for the fact they used very bright colours with stark, dark lines. It looks sometimes a little bit like comic strip art. Some of the most famous artists like Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein produced work where they got pictures of faces and tried to recreate them with very bright colours. And that's what I'm going to try to demonstrate today. I've got a selfie of my face and I'm going to try to create my own pop art version of it using MS Paint in this video. Now the first stage to my video is specifically going to focus on drawing the shape of the face and the eyes. If you follow this step by step, pressing pause when you need to, you should get the rough outline and the eyes done in the correct style. So let's make a start.
So I've opened up Microsoft Paint. I've actually opened up two different copies. The copy on the right has got my picture of the selfie that I'm going to use, and the copy of the left, which is where I'm going to be doing the actual drawing that I'm going to work on today. My main aim is going to be exploring some of these tools that we can see here, such as the brush size, the fill tool, and most importantly the zoom and the ribbing out, because one of the key skills with Microsoft Paint is you can go back, you can adjust it, and you can really zoom in to perfect it to exactly how you want it to look. Along with using Microsoft Paint, there are other apps as well that you could potentially use, such as Paintz app, which is one online, which is basically the same. It's got the same tools and features, and that's available for anybody to use, as I said, online. Now my first step is going to be drawing roughly the shape of my face. Using the tool set, I'm going to start off by just using the pencil tool here, the pencil tool, which is going to be quite thin, as you can see, line there. I can change the thickness of it, make it even thinner if I want, and if I want to make a mistake, or if I have made a mistake, I can click back and it will get rid of it, or alternatively, I can rub out mistakes using the ribbing out tool. I'm going to start again. I'm going to get the pencil. I'm going to get a thin size pencil because I'm going to draw the egg-shaped outline, the rough egg-shaped outline of my head. You know, it's not going to be perfect first time. Don't expect it to be. It's just going to be roughly the same shape as my head within the selfie. Perfect. So, when drawing the face, what some artists like to do is to split the face up into different sections, like I've done here on my selfie. I've drawn a vertical line halfway down, so I've got the two symmetrical sides to my face. I then draw another line at exactly halfway point across, a horizontal line this time where my eyes are. Then, at the 3/4 mark along here, that's halfway between the halfway point and the chin, I did another horizontal line for the bottom of my nose. And finally, about a third of the way down there, I did a line going across there for the bottom of my lips. So I'm going to quickly try to do that for my selfie here. I'm going to try to use the shape tools. I'm going to draw a thin line, making sure it's not too thick. A thin line right the way down the middle, one that goes across the halfway point. Then one across the 3/4 point. And then one about a third of the way down. So this is where my eyes will go, my nose will go down here, my mouth will go just around there, and then I'll have the chin underneath it. Now this is where the zooming tool proves really helpful for doing work using Microsoft Paint. I can zoom in to get a really good look at the shape it is that I'm trying to create. I'm going to do the same over on my drawing on the side here, zooming in and looking at the shape and size of the eyes. So the eye, kind of starts dead on, as I say, the midpoint here. I'm going to get my pencil, I'm just going to draw the basic points where I expect to see the eye. So it starts about there, finishes about there, and we'll go to about that height and to about that height there. I'm going to draw a roughly sort of lemon shape using the pencil for the eye. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because I can smarten it up in a second. After I've done that, I'm going to have a go at drawing the pupil part within the eyeball, which is going to go here. I'm going to choose a circle tool from the shapes, and I'm just going to try to draw again a thin line. Now that goes from about there to about there. And that's not quite right, so I'll press the undo tool, try it again. Yeah, that is more like it, perfect. Okay, let's just move that up so it's slightly more there, make it a bit bigger, more circular. Perfect! So I've got that about right. Now what I'm going to do is go for, this time, a brush. I'm going to choose onto the brushes, and I'm going to choose the very simple brush here, the very basic brush. I want it to be quite thick, so I'm about this thickness here. Yep, that's about right. And I'm going to go around the edges, and I'm going to zoom right in, as far in as I can possibly get, in order to get this really neat and really perfect. And step by step, I'm going to go around and try to get a thick black outline, like they did for pop art, around my eye. Let's get going. Perfect. Now what I want to do is rub out some of the bits which I don't really want. There are two ways of doing this. You can use the rubber, which is square. I can rub out with it there, but that's difficult to get to the very edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. Rather than click on the black colour, I'm going to click on the white colour here. And I'm going to go back onto brush with the white colour selected, and instead I'm just going to gently brush in here. And if necessary, zoom in even more. Zoom in as close as you can get. That way you won't make any errors. You can see exactly which pixels you are rubbing out as you work your way around on the drawing. There we go, so I've got the eye done. Now looking at my picture on the side here, you'll notice that there's not just an eyeball though, is there? There's also some wrinkly type lines underneath, and also the eyebrow above that there. So similarly, I'm just going to get the pencil and draw a thin, rough idea as to where I want this to go. So I want my wrinkle to kind of go from underneath here. Oops, choose a black. Wrinkle to go underneath here, and the eyebrow shape kind of starts there, and it goes across, along, and down, and over to there. It's a bit too thick on the edge there, so I can rub that out and make it so it's a better shape. Perfect. So exactly the same thing. I'm going to go back onto the brush, get the thick brush I want, make sure I've got the colour black, and I'm just going to go around the outside of these outlines and make it really thick and really steady. The thicker, the better. I can move over a bit. Down there. Try to get this bit of a wrinkle underneath the eyeball there. Perfect. Any mistakes? Click on white. Rub them out. So let's zoom out then, have a quick look, choose the zoom tool, press out, out. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So I've got one eye done. I need to do exactly the same on this side over here. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that's worked out. Slightly thicker on one side than the other side, but yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, now hopefully you've got the eyes completed and the shape of the face. You're probably ready then to move on to my next video. Hopefully see you there. Thank you.
Click here to see all our other Techaway Challenge videos, or click here to see all our how-to videos to show you how to do the challenges, or click here to subscribe to our channel.